I wasn't going to make a response to Pat's latest video because, I mean, I've already said everything I need to say. And, I mean, it is what it is. But when I continue to watch them make up stories or exaggerate stories or make up a narrative out of nowhere to get everyone on their side just to bury someone, I feel like I need to speak up. And this is the frustration with Pat and Ian especially. Ian's even worse than Pat, which is saying something. But for example, in their video, they talk about Rich and how he is joking about a handprint on the wall and how they're just, I don't know if, like, Rich was drunk or high or whatever with Jay or whoever, talking about a handprint on the wall, and they were laughing and joking about it. And these guys got their panties in a bunch so much. They're like, oh my God, they're making fun of a kid's picture. It's a kid's picture. They don't even know it's a kid's picture. Oh my God, what an evil, horrible human being. And then they just keep rolling and rolling the snowball bigger and bigger from that. It was an innocent comment of just commenting on a picture on the wall that they thought was funny. Like, holy shit. But be that as it may. Then we go over to Pat and Ian talking about my situation and how I involved my wife and used her as a shield. And I don't know Pat. And Pat could be this crazy guy and confronting me and putting my family in danger because I told him where we are. Whoa, dude. Like, I literally tweeted, hey, I'm in your neighborhood. If you want to come hash it out and chat about this, I'm here, bro. And from that, you build this entire narrative story of, if you were crazy, that makes me a bad person. Ergo, I'm a horrible human being because I reached out to you and wanted to chat with you about it. Like, I can't with these guys. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, it's even worse than the quartering. And that's saying something because Jeremy's pretty bad at this. But Pat and Ian take it to the extreme. And the worst part about it is their audience doesn't see it. They just listen, they eat it up. And in their defense, Pat and Ian are good at it. They're convincing. Like the way they say like a little bit of truth on something and then expand on that infinitely into what becomes a false narrative, a straw man argument, and just they knock that down. That's not the fight. And everyone's like, oh, what a burial, what a burial. They nailed you guys. It's like, no, they didn't. They were right about the Intellivision Amico so far. And I would argue they probably are right. I don't expect that thing to be happening. But this victory lap is going to their heads. And as usual, they're going way too far, one-sided with their storytelling. And it's the same thing. Rich even said it in his live stream tonight, too. It's the same thing that keeps their channel from growing. They don't give a full picture of what's happening. They just give their side of the story and try to make someone look as bad as possible. I look back at my old videos with Pat. I look back at what I said. And even in those videos, I try my best to offset it with some truth, with some reality. I base it in some sort of reality, giving the other side of the story. Pat and Ian do none of that. So apparently Pat is canceling his podcast because it was, I don't know, unsuccessful. I don't know. I don't want to make any assumptions, but as Rich said, if the podcast was being successful, there'd be no reason to cancel it unless there's something bigger going on in Pat and Ian's life. And if there is, hey, congrats guys, more power to you. It's just really sad to see how you've basically put over a decade's worth of your life into this and are just moving on after taking a victory lap. How shallow. But it is what it is. I'm going to go back to living my happy life while you guys, I don't know, do whatever miserable shit you do.